moving from a scarcity mindset to abundance is something that doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't take weeks, months, it takes years. And what I believe in now is there is an abundance amount, and it's not wealth, it's knowing opportunities.
Welcome to the King's Code Podcast. Welcome to the King's Code Podcast. My name is Raul Vallacis, and I'm here with a special guest, Jeff Brawley, in the house.
Thank you.
It's an honor to have you here.
Thank you.
And you and I have been working together, what, 5, 6 years?
Going on 6 years.
6 years, man. And I
2017.
I remember when you came to the program, and even though you built already a massive real estate portfolio, you were stuck in scarcity.
Yes.
You were stuck in so much scarcity that when I did a process to rip the shirt off, you were afraid of breaking a brand new shirt.
It was a brand new shirt. I was afraid to get rid of it.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a shirt that would have lasted me for 10 years. and you know, the process we went through was ripped. And I thought about all the money I had to work for to buy that shirt. That was just the immediate thing that hit my head. Scarcity was something I lived with for most of my life.
So in talking on that topic of scarcity, I want you to bring the audience the value of what it's like to be an investor and break through those limited beliefs of scarcity, because that's what needs to happen in order for you to go to the next level.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit more about who you are and what you do, and then we get into the scarcity breakthrough.
Okay. Before I say who I am, I want to talk just real quick about my beliefs. And my beliefs, there's no wrong way to do the right thing. And we reap what we sow, and patience, it's good things come to those who wait. I grew up on a farm, and farming is it's an unknown activity to a lot of people. I mean, you get paid once a year. You pray for rain. You pray for no rain. You just have faith that everything's going to be okay. And on the farm, there's no clock. There's no days that you say, I'm not going to work today. There's no days that you say, I will take a vacation. So I grew up with my grandparents, and two of the most loving individuals that showed me love. I don't remember ever a time they said, I loved you, but they loved me. They showed me love and compassion by their actions, the way they treated each other. And so I learned through action, and growing up on a farm, you just always know that you're doing the right thing and good things are going to happen. So for me, the scarcity part was we always learned to make do with what we had. We never went and bought anything. Anything we bought wasn't new. Anything we bought was purposely used to help us do something. But it was always a way to live with less, but how to make do with, make the best life we had for what we had. And I started then realizing that, my mom or my grandma would make clothes for me as in young, and, they thought that was cool, but after a while, in 6th grade, it doesn't get cool. And if I wanted to go buy something, I realized that I wanted a new shirt, I had to go buy it myself. And so I would work on the farm, and I did get paid $3.15 an hour, or $2.75 an hour in the beginning. But as minimum wage went up, my wage went up. And I would take that money, and I went and bought my first pair of tennis shoes that weren't from Kmart. And I went and bought first Izod, if everybody remember what the Izod was, right?
Yeah.
And members only jacket, man, that was big. That was big, right? Who had the
OGs
gray ones,
remember
right?
that here.
All right. And then I finally rounded out my outfit with a pair of Eastlands. So that was junior high, and so for the longest time, I've known that if I wanted something in life, I had to go get it and figure out a way to earn it.
So I believe that scarcity could be also a driver, right? A driver of bringing innovation, a driver of bringing more value. But at the same time, if you get stuck in that mentality, it also prevents you from going to the next level, because now you're working backwards.
Yeah.
You're attracting scarcity into your life. You're actually operating on fear not operate on expansion.
Right. And so in 2012, I opened my business, the Brawley Group, which was, it still is a property management, development, and real estate company. And for 20 years, I had been buying and doing real estate myself. And it was a slow grow because I only had my own money. But I still had the same fundamentals, right? Keep to what I know and take an asset, improve it, make it better, and then, good things would come. So the scarcity mindset happened when I opened my business, and I just couldn't get to a growth factor. Business was growing, but not at a rate where I could afford the growth of more employees or an office or a bigger office, all those expenses. And I kept reinvesting. And I always known that's an important piece. But at some point, you got to take care of yourself and your family. But I was at the point in 2017, 5 years in, that I just was at a breaking point. I couldn't do anything more with less. And that was the world of scarcity. I was doing the work of 5 people, and it was breaking down my health. It was breaking down my life. I have very wonderful support system in my family, and she had encouragement, but the struggle was within. Yep. It wasn't from exterior, it was all within, that I was broke. Yep. Mentally and physically, I was broke, and I could not do anything more to grow my business.
So when you came to the program, we worked on that. I said the one thing, I remember in the boot camp, I said the one thing that's going to change the game for you is breaking that scarcity mentality that comes from conditioning.
Yeah.
The farm boy.
Yeah.
They just haven't enough.
Yeah.
So what happened after breaking that feeling of scarcity, breaking that feeling of I don't need to have just enough. There is abundance. There's plenty of money. There's plenty of opportunities. What happened to after that?
A couple things. The first thing that happened was I went to my biggest client and I said, who was the worst. The biggest client was the worst client. They just beat me up on everything, every nickel and dime and everything. They just took advantage of me really bad. But I was so afraid that if I lost that client, I couldn't grow and I couldn't expand. And the first thing I did after the boot camp, within the first 5 days, I went to that client and I said, either you're going to sell me all your properties or here's the keys back. That was the end. That was the conversation. And there was a lot of silence, and then she said, I'll sell them to you. And then it took a year to get through that process because then COVID hit, and there were some other things that happened, but we ended up, at that point, I went from, I had about 20 million in assets, and that was a $22 million acquisition.
Wow. You doubled.
I doubled in
1 year.
And that one call that took a year plus, but that was the first step. And the second step was then knowing what I know. And a lot of things in this world is you don't know what you don't know. And what I realized was what I did was really good, and people value it. And then I was able to monetize it and then bring investors in to show them, hey, there's ways to make money at this, and I can make money for you too.
One thing I love about what you're doing is you actually are teaching this to other people who want to invest in real estate.
Yeah.
So now you're taking your concept and your ideas, not even concept, your ideas of implementation, because you realize that all these gurus out there that are teaching, they close one deal and they become real estate teachers.
Yeah.
They close one flip, all of a sudden, like they want to charge thousands of dollars to learn from these guys, right?
Yeah.
So now you have somebody like you who's been doing this for years, millions of dollars in real estate. Now you could actually teach from experience and given the opportunity to invest with you in your opportunities of properties.
Yeah. So now over the last 5 years, we've been able to grow. I went from I couldn't afford an assistant to where I have 3 full-time assistants that specialize in different divisions. We vertically integrated. We've grown divisions. We've made substantial acquisitions since then. Last year alone, we did additional $40 million. And now what I'm finding is that there is a lot of people out there that talk real estate investments, but that's all they do is talk about it, and they make it seem like it's easy. And anybody that's done a deal, it's not easy. Yep. There is a lot of chaos that happens. There's a lot of unknowns that happen. And what I found is everybody that talks about is how to pitch a deal, how to underwrite a deal. nobody talks, no one shows you how to close a deal. And so I'm working with people now, giving them opportunities to join us on our inside, to see how you do a deal, to see how you close a deal, to see the ups and the downs, the emotions, the highs and the lows. And it's through, it's no textbooks on this. This is all through, this is all through experience. And so my contribution now is I can bring people in to give them a path that I know one day will serve me better, but it's an opportunity to grow.
And it's amazing to see the unlocked potential that men create when they let go of the scarcity mentality.
Well, they let go of the scarcity mentality, but also that people give them a platform and an opportunity to grow. Yeah. There's a lot of people that just say, no, you don't know better, just get in your spot and stay there. And if you give that people an opportunity to show up, suit up, and go, now, there will be a percentage of them that won't. Yeah. But we're looking for those that will.
Yeah, we're not. You're not looking for those. Just same in this program. We don't have the Savior program.
Yeah.
If your Savior program is the church.
Yeah.
If you want a Savior, go to church. We're here talking about expansion.
Yeah.
Leadership. That's a program that takes work. Not every man is a leader. Not every man is looking to expand. Just like not every wannabe investor is looking to put in the work to get the returns.
Yeah. You mentioned, I wanted to hit the point about the abundance. Moving from a scarcity mindset to abundance is something that doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't take weeks, months. It takes years. And what I believe in now is there is an abundance amount. And it's not wealth. It's knowing opportunities. It's knowing that I will be okay. There is enough. And it's just enough to know that it's there. And things that I've learned now is I'll run out of time before I run out of money or food, because food was a scarcity I lived in.
Yeah. And that's a reframe of the mind. You have to reframe your thoughts. And one of the things that I love about you is that you take opportunities. I mean, you've been to every boot camp that we have. You've been to every business boot camp that we put. Everything that we put out there, you're like, hey, I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in. And you don't question it. What my team notices that is like, hey, Jeff, just fucking signs. Yeah, I'm in. Like, you just, like, you're always the first one that says, hey, I'm in. So, there's a couple of other guys who the same way, but because you know that if you hesitate, you're going to talk your way out of doing it.
Well, a big thing, that's true, but the biggest thing is that I've been able to grow is touch it once. Don't carry it. Don't think about it. Take your gut, know what you know, and move forward. Know the confidence you have and believe and move forward. Because if we continue to saddle us with decisions, unknowns, baggage, it just crumbles us. We cannot move effectively, quickly, or make those major moves that are in front of us if we're held back by lots of little decisions.
Love it, brother. Love it, man. Listen, it's an honor to roll with you.
Thank you.
I know you and I are working and bringing the real estate, the Edge Real Estate Bootcamp soon.
Looking forward to it.
Coming to a town near you. The Edge Real Estate Bootcamp is going to come through. And I'm proud of you, brother. I'm so proud of you. I can't wait till we have this story talking about billions of dollars of real estate, helping millions of people learn how to invest in real estate and create wealth to protect their assets and create generational wealth.
Yeah, and I'll leave with this. And I tell people, listen, you can do this too. I started with one property, when I opened my business, we were doing $10,000 a month, and we just hit $1 million a month. And I'm not the smartest guy in the room. This is just through dedication, commitment, and taking the advantages that are put there. But the biggest thing is taking action.
Taking action. That doesn't happen in scarcity.
That's
you have
right.
to break through to abundance. Yeah. So if you listen to this podcast and you appreciate the value that we're bringing you, make sure you subscribe, you comment below. I'll see you next time. Learn it, live it, experience it. Love life. If you're ready to find the edge, go to kingscodebook.com to get the latest copy of my book, The King's Code. This book will help you find the clarity, the certainty, and the purpose that you need in order for you to lead with power. Go to kingscodebook.com and find your code to the edge now.